Hello, and in this video we are going to review SOHCAHTOA, which is trigonometry. And so please remember that you need to have your calculator in degrees, so change the mode if you need to. All right, we're going to do a couple example problems together. So let's go ahead and look at number one. If you've forgotten how to do this, this is theta. So this is the angle in question. The first step is going to be to label the hypotenuse. And so the hypotenuse is directly across from the right angle. And then the second thing we want to do is label opposite and adjacent to the, so this is my adjacent and opposite is over here. I don't know my opposite, so I'm looking at co. So I'm going to be looking at the cosine of theta equals 9/12. And as you know, when you don't know the angle, you're going to have to do cosine -1 of 9/12. So get your calculator out, make sure it's in degrees. And you're going to hit second cosine, 9 divided by 12. And you should get about 41.4. It says round to the nearest tenth, so I'm going to leave it at 41.4 degrees. That's the first problem, and you should be able to do the next several problems the same way. Please remember the first thing you want to label is your hypotenuse. It's always across. Then your indicated angle, so this would be adjacent, and this would be opposite. And since you don't know the hypotenuse, in this case you're going to be using TOA. All right, now let's clear the ink. And let's go down to number 9. All right, this is a little bit different. So this time you know the angle, but you're going to be looking for the side length. So you're going to type in your calculator just a little bit differently, but the steps are still the same. The first thing you're going to want to do is label your hypotenuse. And this would be opposite, this is adjacent. So we're looking for the adjacent angle since we know nothing about the opposite angle. So once again, that's ca. So it's going to be the cosine of 18.9 equals x over 13. Put this over 1 and you can cross multiply. And so the cosine of 18.9 times 13 will equal x. So let's do cosine of 18.9 times 13. And you should get 12.3. So x equals 12.3. All right, and you would do 10 through 12 the exact same way. Now let's go ahead and look. I'll do an example of number 13 because that's asking, 13 and 14, that's asking a slightly different question. So clear ink. Let's go on to 13 and 14. So this one says solve each triangle. So in this case, you're going to use what you know to find all the missing sides. So let's see. I know that this is my hypotenuse, this is my angle, so this is opposite, and this one's adjacent. And again, remember, I know it's adjacent because it's one of the sides of my angle. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have to do sine and cosine. So I'm going to do the sine of 24 is opposite over the hypotenuse, which is 8. And then I'm going to do the cosine of 24, and that's going to equal a over 8. And then I'll be able to find my adjacent side and my opposite side. So what do I do here? I hit sine of 24 times 8. So this one, you just cross multiply here. So the opposite side is equal to 3.3 because it says nearest tenth. And then I'm going to hit cosine of 24 times 8. So these again, I'm going to cross multiply here. And I end up with the adjacent side equaling 7.3, which makes sense. So this is going to be the shortest side, and this side's going to be 7.3. All right, now we're going to do the same thing for number 14. I just wanted to help you set it up, but I'm not going to solve it for you. So the first thing we should always do is label our sides. So right here is our hypotenuse. And if you notice, the hypotenuse is not labeled. So we're going to have to use tangent in this case. And so let's start with, say, the tangent of A. In that case, this will be opposite and this will be adjacent. So for the tangent of A, you're going to put 11 over 14. But now if we look in the opposite direction, we do the tangent of B. You'll notice that this is now opposite and this is now adjacent. So the tangent of B equals opposite over adjacent, 14 over 11. So then we actually work this out. It's going to be tangent negative 1, second tangent, 11 divided by 14, and you get 38. So this is tan negative 1, 11 over 14, which equals 38.2. So this is 38.2. And then if I do the same thing, second tangent, 14 divided by 11, you get 51.8. Tangent negative 1 of 14 over 11 equals 51.8. So this one's here is 51.8. Now, if I don't trust myself, I can add all these angles up, and they should add up to 180 degrees. And that should be enough of a review to help you with Station 9. If you still have problems, you may look at your resources, or look this up. Look trigonometry up on the computer, and you'll find tons of stuff. Peace out. Good luck.